Hi there, I'm Ian,
And I'm Mike.
and welcome back to Grizzly Talks. Welcome back to the Grizzly Bar. I'm Ian, and today we're going to be making Grizzly's very own Wake Up Call. Now, to make this drink, you can use a variety of beverages, but to make this one, I have chosen Ballatin's Chocolate Toffee. It's very sweet, not too bitter, goes down smoothly. I enjoy it just by itself, but we're going to make it with coffee this morning. Alrighty, so for starters, we made our coffee, got it freshly brewed. We're going to use about 1 ounce. You don't want to go too heavy on your additive. Just want it just portioned out properly. So shy just 1 ounce. Add that in there. I'm going to add a little bit of creamer. We'll also do 1 ounce of creamer. Give that a little stir. Mix up the goodies. Add a little love to it, because why not? Do a little garnish. And that, my friends, is your wake-up call.
Hey, welcome back to Grizzly Talks. Today, we're talking about secondary firearms. Now, Ian, when we talk about secondary firearms, what are we talking about?
So when we talk about secondary firearms, it's when our primary, such as our rifle, goes down. And then we need to pull out our pistols. Today we're going to be talking about the Desert Eagle, chambered in 9mm, and our Glock 40, generation 23.
So this one here, the Baby Desert Eagle, also known as the Jericho 941, like Ian said, is chambered in 9mm, and it's a lot more ergonomic, a lot smaller in the hand than comparable to the 50 caliber Desert Eagle that everybody's probably familiar with. Going slightly up in the caliber range, like Ian mentioned, this Glock 23 is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, and it's just beautiful, very compact in the hand, great ergonomics, and if you know anything about Glock, an Austrian company, this is just a fantastic firearm. Now, Ian, Glocks are generally used in law enforcement scenarios, right? They usually use 40 caliber as well.
Correct. It's generally used for the police force. It's just their go-to everyday carry. And it's great for concealment. It's got a very sleek design, fits in a lot of holsters.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things people love about the Glock, is its functionality in different holsters.
It's a beautiful firearm too. When I was in the military, I was stationed overseas, and I had an M16 strapped to my chest and a Beretta M9, very similar profile to the Baby Deagle, on my thigh. So I am really familiar with the 9mm caliber and just anything that it can do. It's just an amazing tool to use.
Yeah, just want to talk a little bit about safety on these. As always, when you're at home, you want to keep them locked up. I mean, kids get into things, and a lot of things go unnoticed. But one thing I really love about this Baby Eagle is its safety. The safety measures are, like right now, the way this hammer and safety switch are function, you'd think, oh, the gun's going to go off. No. If the white dot is showing, it means that this safety is on.
Mm-hmm.
If it's there, that slide, I don't know if you saw that.
I did. I saw the movement.
It slides
Yep.
forward, meaning it's primed and ready to go. So even though I keep my gun next to my bed, it's still unsafe.
It's absolutely safe.
And if I pull that trigger on accident, it still won't go off.
It's not going to go off.
Even if I'm pulling the trigger, even if I'm doing that,
Yep.
it will not discharge. Accidents are going to happen, of course, but we want to
Accidents
take...
happen, but safety is paramount. And when you include safety features like that into the design of your product, your firearm in this instance, you're going to have a better product. You're going to have a better user base. You're going to have a better time. So while the Glock, you are the safety, and
Correct.
there is that is really important. There's weight behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Having mechanical safety and being able to use it, being able to knowing how to use it properly, that's just as important.
Correct.
All right. Thanks for sitting with us on Grizzly Talks. Next, join us in the shooting range.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about some trigonometry on the do's and don'ts of firearms. Now I'm going to invite Michael onto the scene, and he's going to act as a first-time shooter. And we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of how to properly position yourself while shooting. So Mike, I'm just going to leave it up to you. Show me how you would, first timer, you're at the gun range.
Okay. Is this?
Okay.
Oh,
all right,
man,
we're off
okay.
to a great start, aren't we? All right.
So what should I do first, Ian?
So first, you know, you're gonna want to load your mag. So, you know, I always use my thumb to push down that bullet.
Okay. And
I'm right-handed, so yeah.
we are loading the Glock
40. Yeah.
40 Gen 23, and this holds, I think we said 13 rounds. So
Yep.
one of these magazines holds 13 rounds. I imagine you could do 13 in one, put one on the trigger or in the chamber.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to put the magazine in the firearm, keeping the barrel pointed down range. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And you
what's
want
the
to
next-
also keep your finger out of the trigger at all times
Out of the
until you're
trigger.
ready to shoot.
Absolutely. All right, so I now have the slide pulled back. Ian, what is the next step that I would do?
So each gun's going to have a different mechanism for shooting, but they're primarily all the same. With your rifle, it's got that little slap on the side that you hit.
Absolutely.
For the AR style. This one, we have that little button right there. Go ahead and push that. Now, let's act as if you're a first-time shooter, because you already went into your stance of, hey, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I am so excited. Let's
All
do
right.
this. All right.
So,
is this what I do?
no, okay,
Oh, okay.
let's slow down just a little bit.
Man, all right.
So I want you to copy what I'm doing. So a lot of shooters, well, don't copy this, but a lot of shooters, when they go to the gun range and they're the first time, they're excited. They're not really thinking. They're excited to be there. So, you know, you want to make sure no one's in front of you, of course.
Absolutely.
That'd be a bad day.
That would be for them.
So I like to have a proper stance. But
And what does proper stance look
so
like?
the proper stance is lean forward just a little bit.
Okay.
Having your whatever predominant foot you want forward. Whatever
Okay.
works best for
So
you.
if you're right-handed, you would generally put your left foot forward.
Correct.
If you were left-handed, you would generally put your right leg forward. Excuse me. Okay.
Now we're going to do a little demonstration on a first-time shooter. So I've seen a lot of first-time shooters. They're standing just like this. They got their front torso to the target or their enemy.
Ankles and shoulders.
Yep. And they pull their gun out and they do this. Well, safety first, right? And I don't know if you saw, there was so much
Mm-hmm.
movement, unnecessary movement. Let's do that again. Now, as a seasoned shooter, they're gonna know I'm gonna plant myself. I'm gonna get myself seated in a proper situation. And they know what they're doing because of years of experience.
Mhm.
So when I pull out, I'm ready to go. See how much control I have?
Absolutely.
And sometimes you just want to reset. That was a better shot right there
That
as
was a
it
good
was.
shot. It was, yeah.
We're about 22 yards from the target, which is a very decent shot.
Mhm.
Now, that's a little 12 by 12 target. A lot of situations that a homeowner is going to be is 5-10 feet away.
Absolutely.
So that's not too bad for what we're doing today. So, Mike, if you would
Let's square back up.
go ahead and
Okay.
run through the steps
foot.
that I've so greatly taught you.
Absolutely. So far, Ian has shown me to keep absolute trigger control. This Glock does not have much of a safety. I am the safety. My left leg, because I am right-handed, is planted forward, and my right leg is planted back, giving me the control that I need. I'm going to have both of my hands on the firearm. I'm not going to teacup it. I'm going to have my left hand control the left hand of the pistol, and my right hand controlling the right side of the pistol. Point it down range, finger on the trigger. All right, Ian, we have now emptied a complete magazine
Alrighty,
for
so
this Glock 23.
normally what's going to happen when you're out of ammo, that thing automatically locks open.
Locks the slide back,
Yep.
lets you know you are out of rounds, and looks just like that. Okay.
If you want to put it back in your gun box like that, that is your safest movement if you're transporting this.
Magazine out,
Magazine out.
slide cocked back. If you want to take an extra step, you could even get a slide lock that would lock this
Definitely.
position, preventing it from sliding forward in the first place. So there are a lot of different safety precautions that you can take when transporting a firearm like this. Right now, we are out at a controlled environment, shooting rounds downrange with absolutely nobody in the general area whatsoever. And we're gonna put a few more downrange. All right, stick around.
Alrighty, let's shoot some shit. Alrighty, folks. We'll see you next time on Grizzly Talks.